Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Victor Kundamwava here, joining the discourse regarding the proposed transaction between ZCCM Investment Holdings and Kansanshi Copper Mining PLC, a subsidiary of First Quantum Minerals. First off, I would like to make a few disclaimers before I make my position known. I'm making my opinion on an individual basis. I'm not speaking on behalf of any organization I might be affiliated with. So this is just my position as an individual concerned citizen. I would also like to acknowledge the fact that people closer to this proposed transaction have a lot more information, have a lot more context, and therefore they have a lot of competing priorities that they have to contend with. And as such, my position will be based on face value. Um, since I've been living and working in the United States for the longest time in the mining industry, my opinion will probably be leaning towards the United States way of doing mining, um, which I would say is probably one of the best practices, but that's subject to debate. So the idea of converting dividends into royalties. Dividends are, in essence, a share of profit. Depending on company policies, a lot of companies say we're going to share this much profit with people who have shares in the business. So a share of profit is a dividend. The royalty is the rent. It's the mineral rent for the value of the minerals in the ground. If I can give an example, if I own a piece of land and I have surface rights, I can build a structure on top of that. I can build a house. And if I have mineral rights, I can mine the minerals and retain all the value of the minerals. Now, if I don't have enough money, I ask somebody else to mine my piece of land which have minerals on them. We can kind of share. I can charge rent on the minerals once somebody mines my minerals. I can say, hey, you know what? You're just gonna give me 10% of your revenues, 10% of your, the money you realize from the sale of minerals. So those are royalties, and like I said, dividends more. It's a share of profit. Now, the proposed conversion of ZCCN's right to a dividend into a mineral right, those are two separate cost items. Those are two separate entities. Having to convert one to the other, in my view, that's a false conversion. Having to choose one over the other, that's a false choice. It's in the best interest of ZCCM to retain both. Um, Obviously, First Quantum, as a business, they have the right to maximize the profit for their shareholders, and rightfully so. Uh, so when they suggest this conversion, they are looking at the tax benefit of royalties versus the tax benefits of dividends. In the United States and in Zambia at the moment, dividends are not tax deductible. Royalties are tax deductible. So it's in the best interest of First Quantum, obviously, to pay royalties because you subtract that cost from your profit before your taxes are computed. Whereas dividends, they're not tax deductible. So First Quantum is looking at tax savings by maximizing royalties versus dividends. If I were leading ZCCM, I would actually look at the tax benefit. If, for instance, First Quantum Minerals ends up saving $5 million or $10 million a year on taxes because of the conversion from dividends to royalties, ZCCM should say, okay, of the savings, how much of that should we share? Because as a business, ZCCM should also look into maximizing the value of their equity. Now, as an enterprise, as a conglomerate, ZCCM has a plethora of challenges. They have other investees that might need infusion of cash. And so that's probably asserting some sort of pressure on executing this transaction because it's got some liquidity attached to it. But at the end of the day, my recommendation is that ZCCM retains the right to dividends and also retain the rights to royalties. You shouldn't choose one over the other. You gotta have both. God bless the Republic of Zambia. Bye bye now.